A very good evening and welcome to a Date for the Dinner Set programme 143 here on March the 19th, Mother's Day. So a very happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there, and indeed to all our mothers wherever they are. I hope you've had a good day. At least in terms of temperatures, we are in double digits now, it would seem. Sadly, we still have the grey skies, but hey, you know, we can't have everything, can we? I hope you're having a very good day, and I hope you've had a good week. As always, I'm looking forward to playing for you this evening on a Date with a Dinner Set, our usual mix of 9 songs, standards, whatnots, something new. So our opening music, as none of you have said, but I'm sure you recognised, was, of course, the theme tune to the long-running Michael Parkinson series. And there's a particularly groovy picture there of Michael with the composer of that piece, Harry Stoneham, on the left, looking like they're having a jolly nice time in that boat with a drink there. And in fact, the title of that album that you see there, It All Happens on Saturday, good evening, Denny, was actually the official title of that Michael Parkinson theme, but it has a subtitle of Michael's theme. So that's what it was. It was the Michael Parkinson theme, composed by jazz organist Harry Stoneham, who was a wonderful guy. I saw him live several times in Hereford. He used to go around demonstrating Lowry and Hammond organs, and he was quite a character and did these amazing shows in the days when people were really into buying home organs, as I wanted to. Anyway, as I say, you are most welcome here on Mother's Day, a Date with a Dinner Set programme 143. I do hope this finds you well. Good evening, Alison. How lovely to see you. So, as always, I'll have some coffee. Never knowingly without a cup of coffee on a Date with a Dinner Set. Hey, I'll tell you what. They got that wrong, didn't they? Harry Stoneham, back in 1971. It all happens on a Saturday. It all happens on a Sunday. It's a Date with a Dinner Set on a Sunday. That's when it all happens. Well, that's about. Anyway, do enjoy the programme. And if you're in a chat room watching live and you do want to join in with a chat and talk about the songs or the composers or the context or anything else, what you're having for tea, etc., 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 then do feel free. And we'll talk to you between the songs. Do enjoy the show wherever you are. Indeed, I thought you'd know that one. Oh, good evening, Mr. Turville. Nice to see you, chap. Of course, yes, it was Secret Love from Calamity Jane, as made famous and as sung by Doris Day, 1953, in case you were wondering of the date of that. And it was a #1 UK chart hit as well. A really nice song, even with that rather groovy treatment, but it is a beautiful song that's been covered so many times. When it appeared as a single in the UK, the B-side of that was the Deadwood Stage, which we've also, of course, had on the programme. So 5 hours gardening. I am impressed. Brother. Yes, what am I talking about? Oh yes, first reminder, if you are liking what you are seeing and hearing, then do press that thumbs up button and it will animate for you, and that would be most gratefully received. Good evening, Auntie Roz. How lovely to see you. Mwah. Okay, so we're going to move swiftly on in our packed programme here on Mother's Day, programme 143, on a date with a dinner set. Well done, you got there in the end. It's one of those tunes that sort of everyone recognises. It was indeed Ballad Pour Adeline. It was composed in 1977 by a Frenchman called Paul de Senneville, who composed it for his daughter Adeline. And it was made very famous by this chap here, who I believe is 69, 70 this year, Mr. Richard Clayderman. It was one of those, what should we call it, a Europe-wide hit. Yeah, it's quite an earworm, is that one. But that's what it was. It was Ballade Pour Adeline from 1977. As I say, I do hope this finds you well if you've just joined us on A Date with a Dinner Set programme 143. Happy Mother's Day to you all. So, yesterday, this is quite bizarre. For no particular reason, I was going out to a rehearsal and I was rummaging around checking I got music, and I thought, right, music, pencil, phone, all that sort of thing. Face mask, and I don't know why, because I haven't worn a face mask for a long time, but it did get me thinking, and I was frightened, very frightened. Do you remember that? So I was thinking about the message being frightening rather than the character, or whatever you think. But this week, it is going to be 3 years since we had that first lockdown, I believe, 23rd of March. Isn't that frightening? That is bizarre, isn't it? How 3 years of our lives and things have so very totally changed the way in which we view and do the world these days. But 3 years. So there you go. You heard it here. As we said at the top, it doesn't all happen on Saturday. It all happens on Sunday on A Date with a Dinner Set. How many more adverts can we get in at this stage? Anyway, I hope you're having a nice time. Before you ask, tonight's tie is by Duchamp. And in the background, you can probably see a vibrant lily, which was presented to me by a student and his family the other day, and I was very pleased to receive that. Gosh, it's got quite a smell to it, I have to say. It is fragrancing my room. Here it is. So there we go. Hope you enjoy my show. And here's a piece of music we've only had once in the past 143 programmes. I hope you recognise, hope you enjoy it. Indeed. Oh, well done, Barb. And I was going to say, wouldn't it have been wonderful to have seen Frank Sinatra perform live? And there you have it. You did. Wow. Chicago, that toddling town, as famously recorded in 1957 by Frank Sinatra, but it's a much older song than that. It was actually composed in 1922 by Fred Fisher. We've had quite a few Fred Fisher songs on A Date with a Dinner Set. A very prolific composer of the 1920s of those early jazz hits. So it's a wonderful song, that. And Barb, I'm so pleased that you saw Frank Sinatra live. That is quite amazing. Good evening, Marwan, over in Egypt. How lovely to see you. Oh, here we go. I think, yeah, thank you for all the warnings about the lilies. You can see I've left them in their protective paper. I'm not touching them, But there we go. They are very beautiful to look at, and it was a really lovely surprise to receive that from a student the other day. I think it's time to have a bit more of my coffee. So while we do that, as always, on A Date with a Dinner Set, I am powered by endless, nearly, enthusiasm and coffee. But the show itself here on YouTube channel Gigi the Piano Man does need a little bit of electricity and fast Wi-Fi in order to operate. So therefore, if you feel moved to make a donation, can't talk tonight, haven't had enough coffee, clearly, the link is in the video description. It is www.paypal.me/Gigi the Piano Man. So there we go. I feel utterly cared for by my global audience. Everyone's really concerned about stains. People who live in this area are also concerned about stains, but it's spelt differently in this area. So there we go. Good evening, Mr. James. How lovely to see you, chap. Okay, so we're moving on. I still haven't had the coffee. I'm too busy talking. We're moving on to our next piece of music, which we've never had on A Date with a Dinner Set. I don't know why. I really don't know why. It's a lovely, lovely song, and I know it'll be known to, well, at least 3 people in this chat room that I can see on my screen. So I do hope you enjoy this next song. Indeed, as Mr. Turville said, it was composed by Mr. Jerry Herman, and there he is. And it was, indeed, as Mark Turville said, Ribbons Down My Back from Hello Dolly, composed in 1964. A really, really lovely song. Mark, you'll have to correct me. I've got a feeling it was not composed. It was performed by the character Irene in Hello Dolly. You might be able to give me some info on that. Yeah, so that was new to a date within a set this evening. Yeah, I thought the tulips, we need some colour in our life, don't we? It's been terribly grey. And when I knew I was going to play Ribbons Down Your Back, I hopefully searched for a bit of free video that had colourful ribbons, but no such luck. But I knew I had some multicoloured tulips, which seemed to fit the bill, and also, of course, be appropriate for Mother's Day today. Thank you, Mr. T, for confirming my suspicion there. So just before we move on to our next song, I don't know if you've seen it, I don't know if you want to see it or hear it. If you don't want to hear it, just turn the sound down. If you don't want to see it, well, don't turn it on to start with. But on Friday, our Friday upload, we always have an upload on a Friday, and because it was St. Patrick's Day, I couldn't decide which of these lovely pieces to play, so I played both of them. Both choral pieces of music, the Gaelic Blessing by John Rutter and also the Irish Blessing by Mr. Bob Chilcott. And the Gaelic Blessing is very well known. Bob Chilcott's Irish Blessing doesn't seem to be quite as well known, which is a shame because it's equally beautiful for different reasons. So obviously these are normally choral pieces, but I've done piano versions of them, and it's a continuous video of those two pieces on my channel, and we called it Count Your Blessings. As we say, a piece by Mr. John Rutter, there he is, and also another one by Mr. Bob Chilcott, Smiley Bob, as he's known in the trade. So, thank you, Alison. Okay, how are we doing? Can I just say congratulations, me? We are bang on schedule. I'm looking at the clock and where we should be in our programme, so that we run absolutely on time. Because obviously, when one is running a global broadcasting station, as one is here in Herschenville, I'm sorry, it is important to stay on time. And by saying that, I'm now about a minute late. Let's go on with our next song. I do hope you enjoy. I know you will recognise. I know what you mean about the lyrics. But if I had £1 for every piece of music with dodgy lyrics that we played on this merry little programme here we do on YouTube, gosh, I would be a rich man. Oh no, we had that one last week. So I got a bit distracted in that, and I was thinking, is it possible to asphyxiate oneself from the smell of from flowers, from irises? Irises? They're not irises. What are they? Lilies. You see? Brain's gone. It's just that obviously I'm in quite a small room here with the door shut and a lot of equipment which is taking out all the oxygen. It's just they seem to be getting stronger. It's a very lovely smell, but goodness me, it's strong. That was, as you all correctly said, 16 going on 17 from Sound of Music, composed by Mr. Richard Rodgers, giving us the Evil Eye there. Sound of Music, as composed in 1959, the musical there. But it's lots of fun as a piece of music. I think I'm asphyxiating myself on. Sorry, not funny really. I just can't concentrate anymore. Woo! Hey, brother Mark, I can't spare any members of the production team here to go cutting out stamens. I haven't got time for that. You know, whilst you've been doing 5 hours of gardening, I've been playing at church, playing at a hotel. You can pop up here and cut out my stamens, as it were. I'm going to move on fairly quickly at this point. But I was going to say that if you've happened on this merry happening and you haven't got a clue what's happening, then well done, and neither have I. But what it is a YouTube channel called GG the Piano Man, and if you're in the chat room, you know this, but in order to take part in the chat, you need to be subscribed to the channel, which is obviously free to do so, and if you want to know what's going on, you press that bell notification here on this merry channel, YouTube channel, GG the Piano Man. We obviously every Sunday do this live program. I'm worried I can't concentrate. And we have a video upload every Friday. And on the last Sunday of each month, we have a theme special. More info about that coming up. I really... Those of you that know where I live, yeah, if I keel over, I hope someone will come and rescue me. Yes, Sorry, I just worked out what you said, Brother Mark. Send for Monty. He's some distance away, a chap. But should we have some more music? Whilst I can still play. Open my door. Open my door. Oh no, you'll see the mess then. That's why we have the door shut. That's fine. Don't honestly. Thank you for all your care and concern. It is most appreciated. I just read your comment, Daisy. I find you impertinent. Oh, Monty Don. I thought you meant Monty the double bass player. I don't know what you old people are talking about. Vinyl, TV. Anyway, yes, as Bob said, that was the music that was used in the TV series Crown Court, firstly in 1970 something. 1971. It was actually a piece of music that was jointly composed by a chap called Peter Taylor and also Simon Park, whose orchestra famously played it. And the actual name of the piece was called Distant Hills. Brother Mark, you are quite correct. It was indeed the B-side. On the A-side of that single was this. Tune called Eye Level, which was used for a TV series called something else, Van der Valk. So there you go. There we go. I just said that. Oh, hang on. You are a little bit behind. I don't mean you personally, Brother Mark. Obviously, elder brother. You're not behind. Not behind the times, like Great Uncle Bulgaria. I don't mean that at all. I'm going to blame the flowers. Blame the flowers, I think. Anyway, let's press another button. That always seems to work. If you like what you're hearing and searing like a piece of meat, I say, on the barbecue, press the like button, press the thumbs up, and leave me a comment if you would like to share it on. And of course, as we said earlier, do subscribe. Oh, incidentally, eagle-eyed people, eagle-eyed? Do I mean eagle-eyed? Eagle-eared, bat-eared? Might have spotted that last week's date with Within a Set actually disappeared. It did come back in a slightly different guise later in the week. That's a whole other story, which we're not going to tell at this point. Let's have something lively before this merry show collapses in an absolute heap of something. It's my playing, Alison. No bars, no beats, no rhythm. Absolutely no hope at all. But that, of course, was The Bare Necessities from a Jungle Book from 1967 as composed by Mr. Terry Gilkyson. Wonderful film. Of course, it's been remade several times in various versions, but nothing beats the original. Interestingly, that song, all the rest of the music for the 67 Jungle Book was composed by Richard and Robert Sherman, the Sherman brothers, except that one song. And until relatively recently, I did wonder the reason for that. And it was because there was a previous storyboard version sitting around at Disney during all the disputes. And that song was originally composed for the original version, which never happened. And when the Shermans took over the project, then they decided it was such a corker of a song that it needed to stay in the film. And indeed, of course, it is perhaps the most memorable, if not, or second most memorable song in that. Gosh, I'm impressed by that, Brother Mark. Now you've said that. Yes, that is coming back. So from the Bare Necessities, from one set of bear to some different animals, and of course, it being 2 songs to go, it is our time to go and have a look and see what Katara and Hannah have been up to this week. Well, in actual fact, it wasn't this week; it was a few weeks ago. They did something. Hey, don't take this the wrong way. They did something called the Toilet Roll Challenge. It's not what you think. So these are our wonderful otters over in Japan, jumping over toilet rolls. And one of the things that struck me was just how many toilet rolls they have in that apartment. Because it's only the sort of parents, mum and dad, and the 2 otters. But I suppose if you have 2 otters, supposedly house-trained, even so, I dare say you might get through a lot of toilet rolls. But it's absolutely hilarious to watch this idea of the otters trying to just negotiate things. And of course, Katara being slightly more outgoing, just barges straight through. Hannah's a bit more wary of what's going on. And as as it goes on, I think that would be about my limit. Too high, I think that would be high enough for me. Thank you very much. You can see Hannah's very reluctant now. I don't blame you. I don't blame you, girl. You stay there. And what's the point anyway? It's just for Dad's amusement. I feel what's going on here. So I've just taken in a little extract of this video, which was, I think, about 6 weeks ago, actually. Because it doesn't half go on. They just keep building it higher and higher. But it is fascinating to watch. Those of you who are regulars to this programme, I don't even know that we visit these otters every week and just see what they've been up to. They are very good for relaxing. Relaxing too. On their channel, Kotsumet, there is a link to their channel in my video description. But you can see, as time goes on, it gets more and more frightening. This wall of toilet roll for the Katara is showing off. Hannah's had enough, and that looks almost impossible. Oh, very good, Brother Mark. With you, David James, that one. So there we go. Endless hours of fun when there's nothing on the TV. For those of you that have a lot of toilet rolls in your house, do set yourselves a challenge. I think I'm with you there. I'm no good at jumping either. Yes, cunning and power. Yes, I'm also with you on that one, Hannah. So there we go. Our little trip to see the otters, Hannah and Katara, on their channel, Kotsumet. So here we are on a date within a set program 143 on 19th of March. And as we said at the top, it is Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there, and indeed to all our mothers, whether they are with us or whether they have moved on. I do wish you a very happy day. So the next song is quite appropriate for Mother's Day. We've played it on Mother's Day the past couple of years, so I do hope you enjoy it. 45? Good heavens. I think that would last me about 4 years, Barbara. Yes, that. Well done, Kate, and everyone else who said it. That was Mother of Mine, composed in 1971 by a chap called Bill Parkinson. It was famously sung by the winner of Opportunity Knocks that year, a young lad called Neil Reed, who 18 months later, his voice broke and gave up singing and never went back to it, blah, blah, blah. But a year later, it was also recorded as a cover by Jimmy Osmond. So there you go. Mother of Mine. It is a rather haunting little song. I never understand with that photo why whoever took it didn't tell him to clean the chocolate off his teeth before they took that photo. But there we go. Yeah, sorry about the... you meant to have the overhead shot of me playing, but for some reason... Yeah. Seem to have a little bit of a camera fault going on there. I mean, very odd. Yeah, so sorry about that. That's why that didn't happen. Anyway, I think it's time we nearly went into our final song, isn't it? But before we do, because I know some of you like to sort of go off a bit early, so don't yet, because it seems barely believable. But this time next year, of course, we will have sprung forward. The clocks will have gone forward, hopefully. And yes, as I say, believe it or not. And of course, it also means it's the end of the month, so we do have a special. So next week on A Date with a Dinner Set, it's about time. Well, it is. It's about time. So all our songs are about time. Clues in what it says, really. So that's our special next week. But we are going to end this evening's A Date with a Dinner Set with the first appearance in 2023 of this perennial favourite, known and loved by you all, and indeed me and everyone on A Date with Dinner Set, one of those feel-good songs. And before I play it, I will of course say that rather than being a factual reality, this song is a hopeful wish for the times that are ahead to come. Hello, Rosie. Lovely to see you. So there we go. That really does. I know it's wishful thinking about the blue skies, but we can live in hope, can't we? That does bring us to the end of a date within a set here on the 19th of March. Happy Mother's Day to you all out there. I hope you've enjoyed the programme. As always, I have had a whale of a time playing for you this evening. I do wish you all the best in the week that is to come. Stay well, stay happy, and I look forward to the great pleasure of playing for you next Sunday on our special A Date Within a Set. It's about time. But without any more from me, I will pass out from my lilies here, wish you well, and say thank you very much for listening and being here with us this evening. Thank you very much. Good night.